I came back home, guys. Hey, what's up guys? JQ back with Tech Creation. So I've been using the Pixel 2 XL. I actually returned to it for about a month now as I was watching some of you guys curse me out in the comment section of that last video I did talking about why I was switching to the iPhone 10. And the reason for the change of heart wasn't for the obvious cliche reasons like the customization or all the tweaking that Android has to offer, but more specifically what the Pixel 2 has to offer. And that's in one word, confidence. So when I said I didn't miss Android, I justified my reasoning because all of Google's apps were available on iOS. After overcoming the denial, the reality set in that iOS really offers a half-baked Google experience. And a lot of what I'm referring to is Google Assistant. So if you saw my smart apartment video, you know that the Google Home is very much a part of my routine that I got going on here. So one of the things that I like doing with the Pixel 2, or with any Android phone for that matter, is being able to trigger Google Assistant hands-free to control my smart home, whether I'm not near the Google Home or if I'm just outside the house. It allows me to do that conveniently. Or even let's say I'm listening to music on my Sony 1000X Mark IIs, I like to be able to control my Harmony activities right from the headphones using Google Assistant. And because Apple is Apple, Google Assistant is just not integrated into iOS. Therefore, it behaves just like an app. If I had these same headphones paired up to iOS, it'll go ahead and queue up Siri instead. This meant that whenever I wanted to interact with the Google Assistant, I had to navigate to the app, open it, and then say the command or tap the microphone. Now the limitations didn't stop there. For example, if you wanted to set a timer with the Google Assistant app on iOS, it just comes up as a notification. So if your phone happens to be silent, which mine was half the time, you'll never know that the timer went off. Whereas on Android, it goes off despite the sound profile that you have set. And it's just a bunch of other little things like that that drew me away from iOS and made me put down the iPhone 10. Now to the iPhone's defense, sure you can use Siri to set reminders and alarms, but let's be honest, Siri lost its swagger a long time ago and it's just nowhere near as polished or deeply integrated as Google Assistant, so that's a fact. Now to add on to that, the Pixel 2s take the Smart Assistant experience a step further by giving you the ability to enable Active Edge, which allows you to just gently squeeze the side of the phones to pull up the Google Assistant. And not only is this fun and satisfying to do, but the only other smartphone that was able to do this was the HTC U11, which you probably already forgot about. So that makes this the only major flagship phone that offers this intuitive and seamless Smart Assistant experience. You can adjust the sensitivity depending on your grip, and man, I just love this feature. I legit use this every single day, multiple times a day. It becomes addicting after a while. It's definitely a reward stimulus. Anyway, so you guys get the idea. Google Assistant is one reason why I couldn't leave the Pixel 2. The second reason, and I think the most obvious one, is that camera. Ironically, the latest iPhones was one of the first flagships to really introduce portrait mode, and the Google Pixel 2 came out and just walked all over the competition. What's even more impressive is that the Pixel 2 doesn't even need a 2-camera setup, and I'm not really a big selfie person, but the Pixel 2 is the only phone that I found myself taking selfies on the regular. It's sort of just like a reflex from holding the phone. You're gonna wanna take a picture of anything and everything. It just has that kind of effect on you. And I think that's what creates that confidence as a smartphone user when it comes to smartphone photography, when you just keep snapping away back to back. You're excited to use this camera is what I'm saying. Now to wrap it up, I think we've all experienced or at least know someone who's been hit with the storage almost full warning when you're using an iPhone after you run out of space to take photos. I know I have. And that brings me to the third and probably the most overlooked reason about owning a Pixel, and that is free, unlimited storage for both photos and videos. And this is probably one of the most convenient features that just isn't talked about too much. So Apple currently charges $1 a month for only 50 gigabytes of iCloud storage for both your photos and videos. To quickly put that into perspective, I'm currently approaching about 70 gigabytes of photos and videos in my Google Photos library, and I didn't pay a dime for it. Now I know why some of you might be saying, oh well, you could use Google Photos in iOS. And you're correct, I was using Google Photos and I still do sometimes when I happen to pick up this phone. However, when you use Google Photos in iOS, that data cap comes right back. You'll no longer get uncompressed unlimited storage when using Google Photos on any iPhone. That is exclusively a Pixel perk only, so you gotta join the club. And if you think that's a small feature, it makes a big difference on a subconscious level, because now that's one less thing you have to worry about. So drawing back to my original statement, because this phone is such a heavy hitter and all the main areas of why we use our smartphones today, is why this phone gives me what most other smartphones struggle with: a confident user experience. And my only major complaint with this phone, and literally I think it's the only complaint, is its lack of wireless charging. But you see, no smartphone is perfect, and I'm willing to deal with the lack of wireless charging because for me personally, this smartphone has a lot more value to offer than this one does at the moment, and I'm more than happy to take advantage of rapid charging via USB-C any day. So as always, as I do in most of my videos, please respect each other's opinions. Go ahead and drop those comments down below and let me know what you guys think about my transition back to my home place, which is Android. And let me know what you guys think. Have you guys gone through a similar phase? Go ahead and drop those comments down below and let me know. If you found some value in this video, go ahead and show me some love by pressing that like button, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.